Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you know, we're reading Where's Our Solar System, and now we're on chapter 7. So before we get into it, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Me and Skylord are racing to 1,000 subs, so please hit that subscribe button. It will really help me. Thank you. Okay, so let's get into chapter 7. On a clear night, you can see thousands of stars in the sky, but they are not part of our solar system. Our solar system only has one star, the sun. So where are all of these other stars? The stars are in our galaxy. A galaxy is a giant group of stars and gas and dust. Each galaxy is like a city of stars. Our galaxy is called the Milky Way. It is huge. It contains our sun and more than 200 billion other stars. The Milky Way's shape is a spiral. From above, the Milky Way looks like a pinwheel with long spiraling arms. Some galaxies are shaped like an oval, and some galaxies have no special shape. They just look like big blobs. Our solar system is located in one of the smaller arms of the Milky Way, called the Orion Arm. The Orion Arm is named after the constellation Orion. Orion was a hunter in Greek mythology. Constellations. A constellation is a group of stars. Long ago, people would imagine drawing lines from star to star to make pictures, usually of animals and mythic heroes. A total of 88 constellations light up the night sky. The constellations you see depend on where you are on Earth. Some are only visible from the northern hemisphere, and some only from the southern hemisphere. Here are some of the most famous constellations. Ursa Major means Great Bear in Latin. 7 stars within Ursa Major are known as the Big Dipper in North America. A dipper is like a ladle for serving soup. Ursa Minor, Little Bear, contains Polaris, the North Star. Polaris is located almost directly above the North Pole. Canis Major means great dog in Latin. It contains Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, known as the dog star. Hydra is the largest constellation. Hydra means water snake in Latin, and it does indeed slither across the sky. The Greek myths, Orion was known as a great hunter with a shield and an unbreakable club. The name of our galaxy came from the ancient Romans. They noticed that a band of stars in the night sky looked like milk. They named it Via Lactea, Milky Way. Other cultures have different names for our galaxy. People from Scandinavia call it Winter Street because the galaxy is more visible during the winter. The Japanese call it the River of Heaven. The Cherokee name for the Milky Way means the place where the dog ran. They tell a folk tale of a dog that stole some cornmeal and was chased away. The cornmeal spilled across the sky and created the galaxy. Up until the early 1900s, astronomers believed that the Milky Way was the entire universe. Nothing more existed. That changed in the 1920s when an American astronomer named Edwin Hubble looked through a very powerful telescope at an observatory in California. This telescope was 100 inches wide, much bigger than handheld telescopes were. Hubble studied a distant star through the telescope. He made some measurements and realized that the star was so far away that it could not be part of the Milky Way. It had to be in another galaxy. Hubble's calculations showed that the Milky Way was just one of many galaxies in a huge universe. The universe was much larger and more complicated than anyone thought. Scientists now believe there are 100 billion galaxies in the universe. We can see 3 of those galaxies with the naked eye. The Andromeda galaxy and the large and small Magellanic Clouds. Andromeda was named after a beautiful princess from Greek mythology. The large and small Magellanic Clouds were named after the 16th century Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan. He led the first expedition that sailed around the entire Earth. All galaxies keep stretching or expanding. Imagine blowing a bubble with bubble gum. In the beginning, the gum is small and thick, but as you keep blowing, the bubble stretches wider and wider. That's what is happening with the galaxies. So just where did our universe come from? Astronomers have a theory called the Big Bang. A theory is an explanation for how things happen. Theories are based on ideas that scientists test over and over. The Big Bang Theory says that about 13.8 billion years ago, all the stars, galaxies, and planets looked nothing like they do now. They were just tiny particles mixed with light and energy. No one really knows where any of it came from. Astronomers believe those particles all joined together at a single tiny point. This tiny point was very dense and extremely hot and created atoms. Atoms are the basic building blocks for everything in the universe. The atoms then grouped together to form stars. Over time, the first stars and galaxies came into being. Later came planets and asteroids. The Big Bang was the moment the universe began to expand. It was the beginning of space and time. Timeline of life on Earth. 13.8 billion years ago, Big Bang, the universe begins. 13.4 billion years ago, the first stars and galaxies appear. 11 billion years ago, the Milky Way begins to form. 4.6 billion years ago, the sun and planets begin to form. 3.8 billion years ago, the first life appears on Earth. 200,000 years ago, modern humans first appear. And that's Chapter 7. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.